on the block, we tend to just make unilateral decisions and move and go.
That's true.
Let's roll. Is is
Right,
the line
right.
here? And you use the word empire, and a lot of people might take umbrage with that. We don't have an emperor. We don't have a king. Or how could you use that
Right,
word?
right.
But you've been around globally.
Yeah.
Many other countries do see America as an imperialistic power.
Well, you hit it on the head, and I've had people, very thoughtful individuals, say, do you really think we have an empire? It does have a pejorative ring to it, but I guarantee you, in the countries where I've worked and lived, and the nations that host very large, preponderant military bases and installations, do not think there's any question. It's not a question of semantics. It's a question of fact, and they look at America as an empire. And we have to get used to that. We have to accept the responsibility of that if we choose to maintain it. And if we continue down the line the same road that we're going with regards to China, there's going to be a reckoning, and we should all go in clear-eyed with a clear understanding of what the implications are.
That's a disturbing thing. It really takes the people. I have no confidence in the leaders. They're a warmonger group, and they like war, and they want to now take away the things for the people, the taxpayers, Social Security, Medicare, all targets, to make sure they have enough money to keep their expensive wars going. It's really up to the people of America to speak up and once again say, hey, you're leading us the wrong way. We don't agree with this. We support the troops, but we don't support how you're using them.
Well, I agree with you completely, Jeff. And it's important also to keep in mind that this thing in many ways transcends personalities, whether it's a Hillary Clinton or a Condi Rice. Yeah. Eisenhower many years ago warned us of the military-industrial complex. Mm-hmm. He originally wanted to call it the military-industrial legislative complex, which would have been a more honest assessment, but he didn't want to antagonize lawmakers. It's the culpability is vast. It's not just people in uniform. It's not just self-important diplomats. It's congressmen who buy weaponry that even the Pentagon doesn't want because it means jobs at home. It's the defense contractors that have shareholders that they need to police, so they're all part of the whole threat and inflation dynamic. It's a vast combine, and the only thing that's going to turn around, as you say, is for the people of the United States to say this has gone out of control, and we need a sense of coherency, we need a sense of sobriety, we need a sense of proportion, and until that happens, I really fear that we could be facing one war that we just cannot win, and would be an absolute tragedy for the world.
All empires have their end, don't they? History has taught us that. All empires have their end. And many of the times it's, as we look at Rome, overextended itself with prolonged wars, far from home, being very expensive, tearing down the economy. And once they become weakened from within and the people lose their resolve, an outsider comes and defeats them.
That's right. That's right. This is the way of empire. It has a very secular rhythm, and they all end up in the same dust heap of history. Mm-hmm. We'll be no different. And it's certainly if we cannot reconcile our fiscal, if we cannot match commitments with resources, which we haven't done for a long time. If we can't start doing that, whether it's in the military realm or the civilian realm or the entitlement realm, then it's just going to hasten that denouement.